All right, welcome everybody to episode number 60. We've made it 60 episodes of Can We Make Impact Wrestling the best wrestling promotion in Total Extreme Wrestling 2013. I am your host, the Mayor Jason Smith, and we're back. I went to the eye doctor today. I caved. I went to the eye doctor. I got myself a sling for my eye, as my optometrist said. Basically, that was my alarm to put my prescription eye drops in. I did it before we went live, so we're all good there. But I had some abrasions across my eye, and my iris was sprained. Trying to compensate and adjust because of the abrasions and such. So, my doctor needed to sling my eye. Yeah, that those were his exact words, and I was like, "You're gonna do what now?" So basically, like when you hurt your arm, you put it in a sling, and it keeps you from moving your arm, so that the muscles have an opportunity to rest, and that's what he did with my eye. He put some drops in to sort of expand or dilate my pupil, and then he put some more drops in to lock it in place, and then I put them away. The drops he gave me, it's a steroid that basically helps to heal everything, clear up all of the abrasions, and just sort of help my eye heal while it's in this sling. So that more or less is what happened with the doctor. I can see great now. The rapid color changes and stuff like that really bothered me yesterday, and the bright whites not as bothersome today, which is kind of nice because we've got this bright white spreadsheet behind us that shows the records of all of our competitors. We've got our women's division down there too, and our tag team division. And we're also going to be talking today about TNA Sacrifice 2009 as we head to our September pay-per-view, Impact No Surrender. I'm going to try and do this one in the Great Lakes region because we've got, our 6 regions that are at the C+ or better. If we can get that Great Lakes region up to a C+, plus one more, then we'll be at national status, and we can really start to go after WWE. We'll be able to make a run at some better TV, better pay-per-view deals, a little bit more favorable for us in terms of promotion, cost to the promotion, I should say, and revenue from advertising dollars. So we'll be doing that as well. And the Sacrifice 2009 pay-per-view, Sacrifice 5, took place at the Impact Zone. A lot of tournaments, I guess. I don't know if you would call them that. So you had the tag team 3D Team 3D Invitational Tag Tournament, as it was called, and you'd have the finals of that, featuring Beer Money Inc. and the British Invasion. Magnus and Doug Williams were the British Invasion tag team. You also had Suicide and Amazing Red participating in this tournament. Motor City Machine Guns were in this tournament. So Suicide and Amazing Red beat the Machine Guns. British Invasion beat LAX to advance, and then British Invasion beat Suicide and Amazing Red to get to the finals. Beer Money's path, you had Beer Money beat Lethal Consequences in the first round, and then their opponents would be the winner of the team of No Limit, Yujiro Takahashi and Tatsuya Naito, against Eric Young and Jethro Holliday. Jethro Holliday was Trevor Murdoch in WWE. That team actually beat Team No Limit and advance to the semifinals where Beer Money Inc. would beat them and move on. So there you go. We also had we had the TNA World Heavyweight Championship on the line in an Ultimate Sacrifice match, whatever the hell that was. I don't know. But yeah, an Ultimate Sacrifice match. We had the I Quit match for the Legends Championship, the Women's Knockout Championship, the X Division Championship, the first ever Monsters Ball match that didn't feature Abyss, didn't feature a man for that matter, and then of course the Invitational Tag Team Tournament, which featured the IWGP Heavyweight Champion and TNA World Tag Team Champions hosting the tournament. The winning team would get the title shot for the TNA titles and a check for $100,000. So that was all part of this as well. And I mean, it was okay. Again, the booking was so weird. Just kind of helter-skelter. I don't really know. Some of the storylines didn't really work. But there was a lot of opportunity here, and TNA didn't take advantage of it, which was disappointing. But we'll start things off and we'll talk about the dark match, Amazing Red. You might remember him from New Japan. Puerto Rican wrestler, did a lot of work in New Japan. He beat Kiyoshi, also known as Sushi. He was also known as Akira Raijin and Akira Kawabata. But Amazing Red would beat him in the dark match. I'm also watching AEW, and there's a fantastic match with Pac and Moxley against Kenny Omega and Adam Page. And really great matchup so far. Hard hitting. I love what AEW's doing in this universe that they have going on. It's pretty awesome, I'm going to say. Okay, so the next match and the first match on the card that hit pay-per-view was a six-man tag team match. Eric Young and Lethal Consequences taking on Motor City Machine Guns and Sheikh Abdul Bashir, in which Lethal and Eric Young would get the win. Next up was that first ever Monsters Ball match with no men involved in it. Taylor Wilde took on Daphne, and Daphne, of course, had Abyss in her corner. And lots of weapon shots in this one. Daphne went into a trash can. You had Dr. Stevie show up, Stevie Richards, who, incidentally, is a fantastic DDP yoga teacher. If you've never done DDP yoga, Steve Richards is a DDP yoga instructor, and he's awesome. I'm just going to point that out. He wanted Abyss to put Taylor Wilde into some thumbtacks that had been spread out on the mat. You had Lauren Frucci, who works for Golf Channel now. She was an interviewer for TNA, and she kind of talked him out of it. And then Abyss would then chokeslam Stevie onto the thumbtacks. Meanwhile, in the actual match, which didn't really have a whole lot going on, Taylor Wilde got the win. Next up was the X Division Championship. Chris Daniels taking on Suicide for the X Division Championship. The Machine Guns were hell-bent on getting the mask off of Suicide. So the Motor City Machine Guns came down and attacked Suicide before the match started. And then when Chris Daniels got to ringside, he realized that his opponent's just in the middle of the ring, laying there, not doing anything. So he pins him, gets the win, and then watched the replay and refused to accept the title, wanted to add 5 more minutes. They did, and the 5 minutes ran out, and Suicide would end up getting his title back. Holy shit. Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley are fighting with barbed wire weapons. Mox has a barbed wire bat, and Omega had a barbed wire broomstick, and Pac just grabbed both of them and threw them outside the ring. Interesting stuff. Oh! Middle fingers. Double arm, or double underhook DDT. And now he's just bailing. That's awesome. Anyway. Alright. Let's see. What do we got going on news-wise? Nothing really. So we'll go ahead and advance another day as we continue to talk about Sacrifice 09. Next up, the Women's Knockout Championship. Awesome Kong taking on Angelina Love, the defending champion. Raisha Saeed would block Angelina Love from continually trying to run away from Awesome Kong. And then Raisha Saeed had the referee distracted, so Kong was able to just beat the life out of Angelina Love. But then Love was able to get some hairspray and spray it into Awesome Kong's eyes and roll her up for the victory. Roll her up for the victory. And then afterwards, Awesome Kong would hit her with the implant buster, which is basically just a face buster, and then take off. After that was Samoa Joe versus Kevin Nash in a finally gimmick-free, title-free singles matchup. Samoa Joe would... he didn't use... I guess you could call it the Coquina Clutch. It was a rear naked choke half Nelson, which is basically the Coquina Clutch. And then he would hit him with some MMA style elbows. It was a pretty simple match, relatively quick for that place on the card, about 8 minutes. And that was that. Next up, the finals for the Team 3D tournament, which we talked about. Beer Money Inc. taking on the British Invasion. And Storm would hit a Hurricane Rana, I guess, basically. Rude would then pin Doug Williams to win the match for Beer Money. Next up was the I Quit match for the TNA Legends Championship between AJ Styles and Booker T. Booker took the opportunity to get outside the ring and just kind of beat him down. AJ refused to give up. Then went through the match a little more, progressing through, and the finish, the go home, was AJ locked an armbar on Booker T, and that brought down Jenna Moraska, I think is her name. She was a model. She worked on Survivor in 2003. She came down and threw a towel in on Booker T's behalf to win the match for AJ and retain the poorly named TNA Legends Championship, because at the time AJ was super young. He was, let's see, that was 10 years ago, so AJ would have been, 32 at the time? And he wasn't exactly a legend at that point either, so it was weird for him to hold that title. But, whatever. It progressed the storyline, whatever. Alright, not a lot of news to report. Kota Ibushi went to DDT, so we'll go ahead and move on and talk about the last match on the card at Sacrifice, the World Heavyweight Championship between Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, and Sting. This one devolved quickly and was so incredibly stupid that one of the competitors actually left the match and started doing commentary, and that would be the champion, Mick Foley. Angle and Sting and Jeff Jarrett, who were all members of the Main Event Mafia at the time, started beating down on Jeff Jarrett for a little while and then turned on each other. Kurt Angle went back over and started attacking Mick Foley. Foley would hit the mandible claw on Sting and Jeff Jarrett at the same time and wouldn't get it. And then you had the finish of the match basically was Jeff Jarrett hit a second rope stroke, which is the skull crushing finale basically. But then Sting would jump in, move Jarrett off to the side, and pin Kurt Angle to get the win. And according to my the notes I'm working off of here, the ultimate sacrifice gimmick stipulation of the match is that the winner became the leader of the Main Event Mafia. So it wasn't even for the title. It's so stupid. So Sting, having won the match, became... What are we talking about here? I don't know what the hell we're talking about. I'm caught up in AEW. Darby Allin's coming to the ring. His gimmick's super cool. I dig it. Okay, so Sting's the new leader of the Main Event Mafia. Sharmell, Jenna Maraska were banned. Kurt Angle's bodyguards were fired. A lot of stuff happening there. Anyway, so they put us in the northern region, but I want to... I don't think we're ready for 20,000 seats. We're going to go with the Breslin just because it's about half an hour from my house. So we're going to assign that as the venue. Breslin Student Events Center in the Great Lakes region on the campus of scenic Michigan State University. All right. Let's get this booked out. So we have our women's championship match, Mandy Rose and Billie Kay. I hope I don't get copyright strikes from Jericho's camp for possibly being able to very faintly hear his entrance music, which also happens to be a track from Fozzy, his band. I'll tell you what though, that Fozzy has come a very long way. When they first came out and Jericho did the track that they did live on Raw one night, and this had to be 01, 02. I dug it, but it was a completely different sound than they have now. And just like Jericho the wrestler, Jericho the musician continues to evolve and change, and it's really a cool thing to see. All right, so we got our first match booked, the Women's Championship match. I'm going to go ahead and go through and continue to book women's matches here. Get them all booked out. We have Kana and Chelsea. I'm surprised I can read my handwriting from last night, because I was in bad shape last night with my eye. Was just killing me. And I literally went home. I went upstairs. I turned off every light in the house. I grabbed an ice pack and I just laid in bed. I put my headphones in. I did my best to kind of fumble my way through to find something to listen to, so it wasn't like in complete silence. But it was so bad. Oh my goodness! And you know, I was using these drops before I went to the eye doctor. That you know, they kind of took a little bit of the sting away temporarily, but for some reason the flare up I had last night, and I think it was because of all the white screens I have, they just it just killed me. But now I'm good. I feel great. Whatever it is that he handed over to me in the prescription, it's basically a steroid, more or less. But it's working, man. It's working very well. I'm very, very happy with it. Alright, so we've got another women's match booked, and that's the only one that we had that actually worked. We're still continuing to try to find some combination that we can get kicking here. So we're going to go Shayna Baszler and Sonya Deville, and we're going to try our Japanese connection here with Kairi Sane and Io Shirai. You know, and I love this match, and I love that they're selling the fact that Darby Allin could be AEW champion, and Darby Allin, they're putting Darby Allin over so hard in this match, but you're also already promoting Cody versus Jericho for the title at Full Gear. So, I mean, we all know wrestling is what it is, and we all know how the business works for the most part. And I won't spoil it for you if you don't understand how the business works, but I don't know if I like advertising that before this if you're going to put the title on the line here. It just doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. Okay. Anyway, Bea Priestley, Su Yung, and we'll go ahead and pre-show this one. I got a new mouse and keyboard too, which is pretty awesome. I went with a Razer LED keyboard, and I have the lighting underneath set to fire, and it's pretty awesome because it legit looks like fire underneath. I don't know if my webcam can reach it, but let's see if I can kind of show it off to you. There you go. You can see it. Pretty awesome. I dig it anyway, but I'm a nerd, so what are you going to do? Alright. Women's matchup. Next up, we have a triple threat match because we only have 3 of those lovely ladies left. And we'll make sure we get them all on the card. Britt Baker, Candice LeRae, and Rhea O'Reilly. Auto parts. I knew that was coming. I couldn't resist myself. Alright. So the ladies are all booked. So we're good there. Let's get our tag teams booked now. We've got our triple threat tag team championship match. Violent Conduct versus the Wolves versus the New Day. Baby. Alright. I'm going to open the match up. Road Dogg is going to road agent this one. Tag team titles. Brian Armstrong. Boom. Okay. Got a couple other tag team matchups booked as well. We have the Future against Firehouse, Bray Wyatt, and Jay White. Don Callis is going to road agent this one. Man, this is a very depressing commercial that they're showing right now. Oof. Come on, guys. I know you want those advertising dollars, but come on. Youch. Alright. I completely and totally digress, but we're going to go TJP versus the Bucks.
Wireless network claims are so confusing. America's most reliable network, the nation's largest and most reliable network, the best network.
And the Bucks do not have the best record exactly when it comes to tag team matchups. They are 3-13. Alright, so we'll keep that one there, and we'll roll this one back to here. Start that off. Okay. Alright. Now we can go to our men's singles matches. So we're going to start with the television championship. Cody Rhodes, the defending champion, will take on Kenny Omega for the television championship. Alright, next up we have the Impact Grand Championship. Adam Cole, baby, takes on Johnny Impact. I don't know who the hell's howling in Philadelphia, but y'all better stop, because that shit's annoying as hell. I'm just going to come right out and say it. Sorry about your damn look. X Division title up next. We've got Jon Moxley taking on the Bastard Pac. And Matt Bloom is our road agent for this one. Did I put Don Callis in there? I did not. Going the wrong way. Learn your alphabet, Jay. There we go. Cody versus Kenny did not have Don Callis on board, so we're going to give that one to Christian, and then the next one we'll give to Lance Storm if he's not already assigned to it. And that would be the World Championship. Seth Rollins versus Marty Skirl. Seth Rollins, Marty Skirl. And we're going to go 30 minutes for the world title. So it's probably a good idea Lance Storm does work this match. Lance had some... He could get it done. Alrighty. 5 talents left, 2 matches to book. We'll start with Bobby Fish versus Pentagon Jr. And last but not least, a triple threat match featuring Paige, Phoenix, and Swan, who are the last 3 to book. The crowd in Philly is chanting, "We want tables." Oops. I did that backwards. That should be... You know what? Let's keep it, though. Because I kind of like that. I like Phoenix versus Penta. Those two will put on a hell of a show. Alright. So we're booked. 190 minutes. And we can actually bump that to 200. We will go ahead and pull that from pre-show and run it. Okay, there we go. Let's run it. Impact No Surrender. An A. Wow. Look at that. An A from Death from Above versus the Young Bucks. We get a B- out of Bea Priestley and Su Yung. Everybody's turning it up for this pay-per-view. I love it. Firehouse beat the Future. No surprise there. Garbage, garbage, garbage. You're killing me. B+ out of Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. I knew that one would do well. B- out of this one with Io Shirai and Kairi Sane picking up the win. Wow. Not that great with Paige, Fish, and Swan. C+. B- out of Kana and Chelsea Green. A B for the tag team titles, and Kofi adds another championship to his collection. He has now become one half of the Impact World Tag Team titles with Consequences Creed, ending the run of Violent Conduct. B- for Billie Kay and Mandy Rose as Billie Kay defends her title. So she will be headed to the next pay-per-view as the champ, as will New Day. Alright. B- out of Cody versus Kenny for the TV title. Kenny Omega wins his first championship. Or his second. He's been TV champ before. Adam Cole and Johnny Impact put on a B. And Adam Cole retains the Grand Championship. Jon Moxley successfully defends the X Division title in a good match with Pac, a B-rated match. And a B-rated match between Marty Skirl and Seth Rollins. Marty Skirl finally becomes the new Impact World Champion, defeating Seth Rollins. Overall, a B final rating. Increased our popularity in 37 regions. And we're going to give this one... we'll go TJP. Whoops. And we will praise them for a great performance. His tag team partner, Will Ospreay, will praise for a great performance. And one of the Bucks we will praise for a great performance because they had the best rated show and it opened the show. So great tone there. So now we'll check on our ratings and we'll wrap this episode up. So Darby Allin gonna wrestle, what, Orange Cassidy style? No hands? Wow, that's great. This is awesome. What the hell is Jericho gonna do? He's got his skateboard out. Darby Allin's skateboard. Double underhook. Power bomb onto the skateboard. Ow. Damn. This kid keeps kicking out. Damn. This is awesome. What a great match that they're putting on. Oh my goodness. I should not be live streaming. I should be giving my full undivided attention to this Darby Allin Chris Jericho match because this is incredible. Look at him go. Ah, Jake Hager ruins it for everybody. I love Jake Hager, by the way. Cool dude. Alright, so not much else happening in the world of pro wrestling. Impact No Surrender. 14,797 fans. Excellent show. Not quite up to the level of Hell in a Cell yet, but soon. Drew Galloway will start work in a week, and Sterling Keenan, a.k.a. Corey Graves. I'm going to go ahead and change his name now. A little bit of the bubbly. So Corey Graves joins our broadcast team. So I'm thinking we'll go for events. We'll go Michael Cole and JBL. And then for TV, we'll go Mauro Ranallo and JBL for now, but Corey Graves when he comes on board. Alright, let's check. 2.1. Not bad. Not bad at all. Bobby Fish and Pac need some time off, which I am happy to give them. Bobby Fish. Give him some time off. Give him whoa, not 3 months. Oh. Let's give him 2 weeks off to rest and recover. And Pac is the same way. We'll go ahead and give him a couple weeks off as well. There we go. Alright, so we're good there, and we're getting closer. We got to continue to increase that popularity in one of these 4 regions, or Hawaii, which at this point seems a bit like a long shot, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tomorrow's episode, episode number 61, we will talk Slammiversary 2009. We'll also have a King of the Mountain match for the Heavyweight Championship and a King of the Mountain match for the X Division Championship. We would also see the returning Rhino. You will see the TNA pay-per-view return of the franchise, Shane Douglas. Raven would also return at this pay-per-view, and they would really pull out all the stops in this one. So stay tuned, because it was a very interesting pay-per-view, and we will certainly talk about it tomorrow. Live tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Be excellent.